Then this morning, spotted them. First thing, boom, right here. Long story short, I watch them. They bed down 7:10, just like yesterday morning. They bedded down right here on this open hillside, right in the open. And I'm thinking, oh, sweet, perfect. I can actually come on over and move camp. Well, so I rushed back to camp. Made sure they were all put to bed, all 4 of them. Went the 3/4 of a mile back to camp, down about 300 feet in elevation, and then packed up everything, and then went 2.5 miles all the way around the drainage to this side of the drainage, dropped the camp stuff at the head of the drainage, came down, well, when I crested the hill at the top of the drainage, stopped, checked, make sure they were still in bed, and no, they got up probably about 9, and they were up from 9 till like 10:30, just crazy. And they're just staying right in the shade a little bit. Then they hit the sun and went and bedded right up in them rocks, right? Let's see here, they bedded right there, at the tip of my finger. So I figured, okay, we got a wind that's been blowing this way, north and up a little bit all day, so I figured I'd drop my stuff down and then make a stalk on them, get up underneath them because it's a pretty damn steep hillside, and I've been at this all day. So I finally, marked this one thing I always do, is you got, points A, B, and C, and made it to point A, which was around the ridge, and then made it to point B, which was down below me here, and then point C was right up there on the left of the rocks. So right up there, I was gonna come around from the left side right there, and get a shot on them over there. So everything was working good. Made it through all this. There's horseflies out like crazy, and that's a funny part of the story. So made it the half mile from the ridge into this bowl, up into here, dropped my pack right here, and I got that was 400 yards up there, something like that. So it's a good little ways up there. And dropped my pack right here and started heading towards the top, got up underneath, and oh yeah, when I was just down here about, oh no, 75 yards further that way, the big 3-point gets up, the real red-colored one, gets up and starts feeding, and he's shaking his head trying to check out the horseflies, goes up above where they originally bedded and just bedded on this little cut, and that is ultimately what really screwed me, because he's going to be more right above where I'm coming in versus off to the right. So I work my way here, drop my pack, get up there, work my way around the left side of that hill, and get around the edge, and I'm glassing for that big 3-point, trying to see his antlers, can't see him, and all of a sudden I see his antlers swing towards me as I'm ranging other stuff, and I'm like, crap, you can see the top of my head about, top half of my head, and so he's fine, and I just kind of, drop down. He can barely see me, and I got my face mask on, and I'm 100 and some yards away, and I don't know, 5 minutes goes by, and he's all right, and then something happened. I know the wind didn't swirl. I think he caught the top of my bow or something, and then he busted out and headed across there. And when he busted out, I was like, crap, because I was 10 yards, if that, from where I wanted to be to where I could get a shot on those bucks where they were bedded. I was crap. So I rushed, and I took, went up 10, 12 yards, boom. There's the small 3-point right there, 72 yards, 74 yards, something like that. And I stopped dead in my tracks. I'm in between a couple of trees. He doesn't see me, but he's shaking his head. And I range him, and I can see the big 3-point moving off, and I ranged a small 3-point, and he's at like 74, and I was down on a knee at that point, and so I set my rangefinder down on the ground because I figured it was going to be a quick shot. At this point, this is the only group of bucks I seen in here. I was going to take that small 3-point if he gave me a shot. And so he goes back and he started looking away from me, and so I was like, all right, so I tried counting my steps to keep the yardage right. And I thought I got down to like 68 yards or something. And then he spotted me, and I held my bow up, you know, to block my silhouette, you know, and like I said, have my face mask on as well. And he's just kind of staring at me, and then he looks away, then looks back, looks away, looks back. Goes on for a couple of minutes, and then just to the left of him, I see like a little tail swish, and I'm like, oh, that's that small little 2-point that I saw was bedded on this side of the timber earlier. I don't see the big buck anywhere. And so I'm sitting there for a couple of minutes, and I got my release clipped on. I'm debating on whether I should shoot this 3-point, and he goes to stand up, and I'm like, whatever. So I draw back, settle, and I figured I was at, you know, 68 yards, so I settled that 70-yard pin just low, right on his heart. He was just barely quartering away, and I let her fly.